Hello friends, welcome to the class on time management. Before starting the class, I may ask you one question. Do you get enough time to study well and also to do your personal and family duties? Do you have the habit of being late for classes? Have you ever felt that 24 hours are not enough to do the things? Do you have any complaint regarding your own time management? You know, time is the only phenomena which is equally allotted to all the people in the world. Distribution of money is not equal here. Distribution of power is not equal to all. Distribution of water and even sunlight are not equal in all parts of the world. But distribution of time is equal to all. However, many people find it very difficult to do the things on time. What is your opinion regarding your time management? What happens if time is not managed properly? In our day to day life, we lose many things because of poor time management. We often skip our breakfast as we do not get enough time for it. Consequently, we face many health issues. We often miss the bus. The bus may have left the stop just before we reach there. Because of that, we may reach at college late. We miss many important classes. We do not get enough time to prepare for examinations. We miss many job opportunities. In business and professional field, we often miss the deadlines due to poor time management. And what happens? Our productivity is decreased. Our professional commitments are challenged. And our clients become unsatisfied. Our goodwill is lost and we face many losses. Continuously being late for appointments, meetings, or social gatherings can strain relationships with friends, family, colleagues, and clients. Our productivity loses, our health declines, our stress and anxiety increase, and we become rude and create several issues in family and relations. Poor time management can hinder our career advancement and personal growth. On the other side, what we will get if our time management is proper and efficient? Better time management reduces stress and increases our productivity. Good time management can lead to a healthy, balanced lifestyle. Those who manage time become productive, stress free, and high achievers. Efficient time management ensures that our projects complete on time. Never miss the bus, never be late in the class, and never be a late applicant for an employment. What is time management? We can explain it in many ways. Time management is managing time effectively and efficiently without wasting even a second. It is the process of consciously planning and controlling time. Or, in other words, time management is the process of dividing and utilizing our time between different activities. Time management is the process of utilizing our time between specific activities effectively to achieve our goals. Many find it very difficult to manage time. However, all believe that time management is essential and we should practice it. Completing our tasks on time make us relaxed and comfortable. We will be very happy and energetic if the homework is completed before the teacher comes. We feel very much relaxed when we complete our studies before examination. Being on time is well and good, and being late is very unfair. But how? How can we manage our time? How can we be on time? Time management is not automatic or self operative or natural. We should deliberately practice it. Our intentional involvement is essential to manage time. It is our responsibility to manage it properly to get better output. If we do nothing, time will be lapsed. Time is the most precious of all, but it is wasted mostly by the people. Money we lose in the business or in other means may be regained. Health we lose due to some illness or bad food may be regained. The exams we lose may be regained on the next attempt. But time, we cannot stop the flow of time. And we cannot regain even a second. Therefore, time is the most important of all. And we should manage it very seriously. Okay, now what we can do to manage our time? Almost all of us are bothered about time management and follow some behavioral patterns and strategies to control it. Many people engage in multitasking to complete their works in time. They do multiple activities simultaneously. That means they do many things at one time. Such people think that doing only one job at a time is time consuming. Instead, they enjoy busy schedules and feel satisfied as they believe that they are hardworking and do many works at the same time. Their intention is to complete all works quickly. But in practice, such people shuffle and shamble everything and frequently move from one task to another without completing any task. Do you have the habit of multitasking? Experts do not consider multitasking as an effective tool of time management because they argue that when we concentrate on one thing, generally we cannot attend another with the same importance. It is very difficult to focus on two or more things at one time. Research shows that the brain does not truly multitask. Instead, it switches rapidly between tasks. That means our brain can concentrate on one thing at a time. And when we do more things simultaneously or when we practice multitasking, our brain is switching between these tasks very quickly. This constant switching can lead to decreased efficiency and increased errors. If there is any complex task among these, brain may lose concentration and thus may lose its focused attention. While driving, we are not allowed to use mobile phones. Why such a rule? While driving, our concentration should be on driving. And if we start talking on mobile, we may lose our concentration and it may lead to accidents. Some students do their homework hearing music. Some students study while watching TV. Such multiple activities will reduce the focus on important tasks. Multitasking can increase the likelihood of distractions and reduce our productivity. Multitasking creates confusions and mistakes. Moreover, multitaskers often find it difficult to stay organized and focused. On the other side, multitasking can be recommended as a tool to reduce time of doing simple daily activities. While you clean your room or while washing your clothes, you can hear some music. There is no problem in listening some music while using treadmill. You can listen radio while gardening your plants. When the activities we perform do not require much attention and concentration, we can engage in multitasking. Multitasking people can try Pomodoro technique to increase performance efficiency. We will discuss Pomodoro technique later. Okay. In contrast to multitasking, another strategy adopted by some people is hyper focusing or focusing on one thing. Unlike multitaskers, such hyper focusing people deeply focus on one thing at a time, and they will be highly involved in it. It is just the opposite of multitasking. Such people do not believe in multitasking. They believe that by focusing on one thing at a time, they can complete the task with utmost quality and perfection. Such people are incredibly productive and produce high quality output. However, they lack flexibility as it is difficult for them to move on from one task to another. While concentrating on one thing, such people neglect all other important and urgent matters, and in total, they become unproductive and unrealistic. This may cause missing deadlines and avoiding many important and urgent matters. Therefore, this hyper focusing is also not a recommended strategy for time management. Different people have different styles of time management. Some may be productive and effective. Here we could see that both multitasking and hyper focusing are not effective. Then what can we do to manage our time? First of all, we should realize that time management is a planned and a deliberate effort that we should undertake. Managing time requires discipline and self-control. By practicing good time management habits, we can strengthen our self-discipline and develop the ability to stay focused. We should develop good routines and habits which help us to be on time. Self-motivation is required to implement time management. We should find out why we fail at implementation stage. The reasons for the failure should be identified and should take steps to overcome them. Make your own experiments and find out what works for you. We can have a brief discussion on various reasons and solutions to our time management practices. These reasons may be familiar to you. Absence of specific goal is one of the reasons for our poor time management. If there is a strong will and powerful intention, we will be on time. Most of us are late for the classes, but we are on time at cinema theaters. Most of us are on time at playgrounds. Most of us are before time if there is a meeting with our dear lover. Then why do we become late for classes? Why do we late at official programs? We have some problems. We have some preferences. We are on time at our preferred programs. Our priority decision needs to be revised. When our mind prioritizes the cinema, we will be on time. When we give importance to the meeting with the lover, we will be on time. If we are late at classes and if we are late at official programs, it simply means that we have given not much priority to that. We should be ready to prioritize our preferences. We should set our targets in line with our responsibilities and necessities. Another reason for poor time management is lack of proper planning. We all know that our exams will be on next month. and still we have not yet started our preparations. We very well know that the bus time is at 7:30, but we continue sending messages on social media till 7:29. Our planning is very poor. How can we overcome this issue? Time blocking is one of the strategies that we can practice. Time blocking is setting a particular time for a special predetermined purpose. If your bus time is 7:30 and you need to walk 5 minutes to get to the bus, you should set aside that time for walking. That means your walking time should be set at 7:24 to 7:29. Then you will be at the stop at 7:29 and you will get the bus. 5 minutes from 7:24 to 7:29 is blocked exclusively for walking. No other activities are allowed then. This is time blocking. Here a specified time is set aside for a specific purpose only. If the time between 7:24 and 7:29 is blocked for walking, mobile cannot be used then, because that time is meant for walking only. Thus, you should block certain time for breakfast, mobile usage, TV, study, etc. And that time should be used for that purpose only. Time blocking is a time management technique where you divide your day into blocks of time and dedicate each block to a specified task or activity. Procrastination is the other problem faced by many. Procrastination is delaying tasks or putting them off. Such people find some excuses to postpone things to another time. Tomorrow is a holiday and therefore we can start from next working day. Or tomorrow is a working day and therefore we can start from next holiday. Or we have not yet prepared timetable and we can start after making a strong timetable, etc. etc. Such people always postpone their duties and wait for the last minute to do it. Procrastination is a bad practice. Still many people follow it. They may have their reasons. Perhaps they may not be able to perceive the urgency of the matter. When a deadline seems far off, people may delay in starting, or they may not be interested in the task, or they may not have enough motivation to do things immediately. They may perceive the task as boring, difficult, or unpleasant and often put off things to a later time. How can we manage the habit of procrastination? We can adopt a 5-minute rule. What is 5-minute rule? The 5-minute rule is a strategy that suggests if a task can be completed in 5 minutes, you should do it immediately. If the task is simple and would take only 5 minutes to complete, you should never postpone it. Instead, you should do it now itself. This is 5-minute rule. The rationale behind this rule is to prevent small tasks from accumulating. This is the culture we should cultivate in ourselves. Here, we try to identify tasks that require minimal time and effort to complete. Instead of adding these tasks to your to-do list or postponing them for later, tackle them right now. For example, quick response to an email. You can give your reply in email within 5 minutes. If it can be done within 5 minutes, why do you postpone it? By addressing these small tasks immediately, you prevent them from piling up. This can help you maintain momentum throughout the day and stay focused on larger and important tasks. Many of our duties can be finished within 5 minutes. Just try and periodically evaluate the effectiveness of the 5-minute rule in your own time management approach. Another method is 2-minute rule. 2-minute rule. This rule is often attributed to productivity expert David Allen. He is the author of a book, Getting Things Done. As per this 2-minute rule, if a task can be completed in 2 minutes or less, you should do it immediately rather than deferring it for future. Instead of 5 minutes, David Allen suggests 2 minutes to make the rule more user-friendly. As per this, we should never postpone a task which can be finished within 2 minutes. The concept behind the 2-minute rule is to prevent small tasks from accumulating and consuming more time and mental energy. The 5-minute rule and 2-minute rule strategies encourage proactive and efficient handling of small tasks, ultimately contributing to better time management and productivity. By breaking tasks into smaller, manageable portions and providing immediate rewards for action, the mind will be proactive towards it. By promptly addressing tasks that can be completed in 5 minutes or less, the mind experiences a reduction in mental confusion. By promptly completing small tasks, these rules help in preventing procrastination. Another possible problem which leads to poor time management is interruptions and distractions. These are the external disturbances which hinders our time management. As per the time schedule, we start our studies from 9 o'clock. Then your phone rings or a message comes. External interruptions and distractions. What can be done at this? You should realize that your concentration is very important in your studies and duties. You should be aware of such distractions and you should take precautions as much as possible. 2 things you should do. Firstly, you should identify the sources of interruptions. It may be notification on your phone or your own wandering thoughts. Understanding the sources can help you address them more effectively. The sources that can be controlled by you should be handled by yourself. You can mute mobile notifications or switch off it while you study. Otherwise, you can designate a workspace or study place that minimizes distractions. This might involve finding a quiet area. Another method is to develop mindfulness techniques. Techniques like deep breathing or meditation can help you focus quickly. It's very important to identify and assess the effectiveness of the strategies regularly. And it will help you to find what works best for you. Then secondly, you should create a distraction-free environment. This requires when the interruptions come from your friends and family. When you start your studies, your mother starts watching TV. Or your friends call for a small trip, etc. Outside external disturbances, interruptions. In such a situation, better to communicate with them about your need for the focused work time. Of course, they will cooperate with you. Perfectionism is another problem faced by many. To do things perfectly is very important. However, striving for perfection in all tasks can lead to spending excessive time on works. Perfectionism can have a negative impact on time management. It doesn't mean that time management is against perfection. Perfectionism can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it drives individuals to strive for excellence and high quality result. On the other, it can lead to excessive amounts of time spent on tasks, making it difficult to manage time effectively. If the duties are not performed with the expected perfection, such people may feel stressed, anxious, and depressed. This is the problem of perfectionism. Such people will never be satisfied with their work, and they will continue it with a view to make it more and more perfect. This is how perfectionism badly affects time management. Such people find it very difficult in delegating tasks, fearing that others may not meet their high standards. Fearing of delegation means doing all things by oneself. And it may consume more time and may adversely affect our time management efforts. As a perfectionist, finding the balance between high quality work and time is crucial for success. Another reason for poor time management is in prioritization. We all are supposed to perform several duties and responsibilities, and sometimes find it very difficult to complete all within time. Here, we should prioritize our efforts to get the effective result. We should realize that all tasks are not equally important or urgent. Time management involves identifying high priority tasks and focusing on them first. Failing to prioritize tasks can result in spending time on less important activities. How can we prioritize them? Eisenhower matrix is an effective technique to prioritize tasks based on their importance and urgency. This technique helps us focusing on completing high priority tasks first before moving on to less important ones. We can see what is Eisenhower matrix. The Eisenhower matrix is a popular tool that helps you to distinguish between tasks that are important and not important. Similarly, urgent and not urgent. This matrix has 4 boxes and each has a title with 4 D's like do, defer, delegate and delete. 4 D's. The first quadrant is for important and urgent tasks. These tasks should do first because they are urgent as well as important and should do now itself. The second quadrant is defer or decide. The tasks written in this quadrant are also important, but they are not urgent. We can defer it for future date or can decide how to deal with it. Because all these are not urgent for the time being, we can do it after completing the most urgent tasks. The tasks written in quadrant 3 are very urgent and therefore should complete immediately. But they are not so important as far as we are concerned. Therefore, we can delegate this to others. For example, your examination starts from tomorrow and you need to remit your examination fee today itself. You have a lot of topics to study and you should do this. Examination fee payment is also very urgent because if you do not make the payment today, you cannot write your exam tomorrow. Both are urgent. However, the first one, preparation for examination, should be given your priority because you alone can do it. You should study your topics yourself. Remittance of fee can be entrusted to any other because anyone can make the payment at the college office on behalf of you. Thus, we do the exam preparation and assign some other to make the fee payment. This is why it is treated as delegate. Okay. The last quadrant contains tasks that are not important and not urgent, neither important nor urgent. Do them when you have free time because they are distractions from your priorities, or delete these tasks. It's a bad practice to spend our valuable time on unimportant and unnecessary things. Try to utilize our valuable time for useful things. Similar to Eisenhower technique, ABC technique is also used by many in prioritizing tasks. The must-do things are categorized as A, and the next important tasks are categorized as B, and less important are included in C. Thus, we categorize tasks into A, B, and C, and give maximum attention to A, and then B, and finally C. We can delegate the tasks in category C as they do not require much attention. Okay. Another problem faced by many people is their inability to say no to others. Overcommitment is their problem. Saying yes to too many tasks or projects can lead to difficulty in managing time effectively. It is important to learn to say no when necessary. We should learn to say no to tasks or projects that do not align with our goals and priorities. We should never spend our valuable time by engaging into unnecessary activities. Setting priorities is only one side of our time management. Being on priorities is also equally important. To be on our priority, some tasks and activities need to set aside. A big no may be needed at that time. Pomodoro technique is another method suggested by time management experts to manage time. Pomodoro technique is a popular time management tool developed by Francisco Cirillo in the late 1980s. The word Pomodoro is an Italian word and it means tomato. The technique is named after this Italian word because Cirillo initially used a tomato-shaped kitchen timer to implement this method, and therefore this method is named as Pomodoro technique. To practice this technique, we need a timer to set alarm at a specific time intervals. We can use any timer, no need to use tomato-shaped timer. The timer should be set at 25 minutes intervals. That means the timer must alarm after 25 minutes. At first we choose a task to work on and set a timer for 25 minutes. Then we work for 25 minutes and then the timer will make an alarm. Here we should take a rest. We should stop and take a rest. The rest time is 5 minutes. Thus, the first 30 minutes consist of 25 minutes work and 5 minutes rest. The second 30 minutes also like this, 25 minutes work and 5 minutes break. We repeat this 4 times. That means a total of 2 hours. After completing 4 such sessions or after 2 hours, there will be a longer break of 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Pomodoro technique is considered highly practical and effective in performing lengthy tasks. Here we are dividing the entire task into the activities that can be performed within 25 minutes. And we work continuously for 25 minutes and take a 5-minute break. And then again work for 25 minutes and take 5 minutes break. And after 2 hours work, we take a long break of 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Short breaks after every 25 minutes of work. These are considered very important and effective. We can use this time to relax, stretch, or do something unrelated to work. Experts opine that our brain needs rest and break regularly to be active and energetic. It will help the brain to stay focused and productive. Thus, Pomodoro technique will help us to complete long tasks without losing focus and productivity. David Allen points out the necessity of such breaks. We know David Allen as the promoter of 2 minutes rule. According to him, we should complete small tasks immediately and long tasks should be divided into small parts. We should take a rest between these small parts, and thus we can do any long and big task very easily. This resting and recharging strategy is highly effective in performing bigger tasks. Some experts in time management suggest techniques such as setting deadlines, writing to-do list, and giving yourself small rewards for accomplishing certain targets, etc. etc. Deadlines are very important. We set our own deadlines. They can instill a sense of urgency and motivate you to complete tasks properly and promptly. We people are generally interested in waiting until the last time to do things. This last time has some motivational power. It encourages you to allocate time efficiently and work steadily towards achieving your goals. Deadlines can prevent you from spending too much time on a single task. By setting a deadline, you create boundaries that prevent you from overworking or getting stuck in perfectionism. Deadlines are necessary in our activities because most of us prefer this last date or deadline to complete the task. Like deadlines, a to-do list also helps you in organizing your tasks. To-do list means a list contains the activities which you should do within a short period of time. A to-do list allows you to prioritize tasks based on their importance and urgency. By categorizing tasks as high, medium, or low priority, you can focus your efforts on what matters most. Similarly, small rewards and breaks are also necessary to energize and recharge your time management. Rewards may be anything which your mind prefers. It may be a healthy snack or your favorite beverage. It could be a piece of fruit or a cup of tea. You can also reward yourself with a social interaction by calling a friend, chatting with a family member, or spending time with loved ones, etc. Social connections can provide emotional support and motivation. These rewards and short breaks are highly effective in doing lengthy works. Yoga and meditation are the other tools suggested by many to be focused and productive. We should keep the energy level of the brain and mind at optimum to be on time. Healthy body and mind create a positive environment to complete tasks on time. To be healthy means to be self-disciplined also. Consistency in routine and daily matters is very important. We must specify our food time, our work time, study time, bed time, etc. And we should keep this time in our daily life, in our day-to-day life. A timetable to the daily matters means developing the habit of time management. Another problem is the imbalance between personal and official time. Many of us lack boundaries between our personal life and work life. Such people fail to set boundaries to work and life. Continuous and restless works may adversely affect our emotional stability and peacefulness. Therefore, firstly, you set boundaries to everything and communicate these boundaries to your colleagues, clients, and family members of course they will be with you to keep your time. Another method is to develop the organization skills. To perform a task, we need to condition our mind and other physical facilities. We need mental organization and physical organization. What is mental organization and physical organization? Mental organization means preparing the mind to perform the task. Physical organization means arranging the physical facilities. For example, in order to start your exam preparations from tomorrow onwards, firstly, you should set your mind to study. This is mind preparation, mental preparation. And then you should set all the study materials for the purpose. The timetable, books, study table, everything should be set. The physical facilities should be arranged. This is physical organization. Your mental preparation alone is not enough. In order to start studies, you must have the required books, notes and other things as well. To keep on time, we must be ready with an energetic mind and all necessary physical facilities. Both mental and physical organization are important in time management. Another common problem seen among all is blaming others for our inabilities. Many of us are interested in finding faults in others for our poor performance. Why didn't you start your studies from 9 o'clock? Because mother could not make breakfast. Why didn't you complete your project work on time? Because the net connection was lost for some time. We can blame others for our mistakes. We can see many reasons and excuses. Finding excuses is one of the signs of laziness. It is an important reason and outcome of poor time management. These all are wrong strategies practiced by weak people. Strong people neither accuse others nor find excuses for non-performance. Excuses are easy ways to escape from responsibilities. You should never spend time to find excuses, but to find ways to complete the tasks. You should decide whether you should be known as a strong person or a weak person. You should decide whether you should be known as a responsible person or an irresponsible person. Strong and responsible persons do not try to avoid responsibilities. They do not try to blame others, but they try to improve their personalities by accomplishing their targets. Okay, we can conclude this class looking into the important aspects of time management in organizations. In an organizational environment, what all we should arrange to implement better time management. Implementing effective time management strategies in an organization may not be very easy. Management should be ready to face many challenges from various corners. Resistance to change is the most common issue in many organizations. It can be addressed by emphasizing the benefits of improved time management, such as increased productivity, reduced stress, and better work-life balance, etc. Management should be ready to clear the anxieties of employees, and should provide training and support to help them to familiarize with the transition. Workshops, seminars, or training sessions to educate individuals about time management principles and techniques can also be conducted. The organization must prepare time management policies and guidelines. Proper attendance management system should be there. The employees should be given guidelines on prioritization, delegation, and time tracking practices. Effective communication channels should be established within the organization to ensure that information, priorities, and deadlines are communicated clearly and promptly. Training programs can be arranged to equip them with necessary time management skills and techniques. Training may cover topics such as goal setting, prioritization, planning, delegation, etc. Leadership should demonstrate a commitment to time management by modeling effective time management practices and providing support and resources to employees. Leaders play a crucial role in creating a culture that values time management and prioritization. The organization should encourage a culture of continuous improvement in time management practices. This may involve soliciting feedback from employees, identifying areas for improvement, and implementing changes to processes, policies, and systems to enhance time management effectiveness. By implementing these organizational requirements, organizations can create an environment that supports and encourages effective time management. And it will lead to improved productivity, employee satisfaction, and overall organizational success. However, remember, practicing time management is an ongoing process and it's about progressing always without an end at anywhere. Okay, hope that this class will help you to manage your time effectively and also to be on time. Thank you.